The Tangent Egg podcast is aimed at a mature audience. It contains themes that are not appropriate for all listeners. It's important to note that we are not experts. We routinely have no idea what we're talking about and are just three idiots sitting around a table. Listener discretion is advised.
Welcome to Tangent Egg podcast. I'm Seth, and as always with me are Swoosh and John Doe.
Hi.
Hello.
Right, so I'm going to start this episode off with a piece of actually very positive news that I forgot to get to last week. Thank you for sending me this particular article, Craig. It was something I wanted to talk about because this is how you reward your developers. So,
sounds fun.
The guys who made Lies of P.
Yeah.
They were given for hitting their milestones for sales. The equivalent of 10 million South Korean won, or about $7,300 as a bonus.
Nice.
2 weeks paid vacation.
Fun.
And a Switch 2.
God. What? I want these things. God damn. Oh, well, props to them. That is a great way to keep, staff retention.
Yeah.
Hopefully they didn't go through hell to get those things, but, you know.
I mean, this is mostly coming out because the game plus its DLC has sold 3 million copies, which of course hit most of their milestones, and so they're getting this stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, thought we'd start out with just something really good, where someone in the gaming industry actually looked after their people for once.
Yeah, they didn't fire them for succeeding. That's so different from the other guys.
Not that it should be.
Yeah. I really wish more places were like that. That would have kept me in the industry.
I feel like people would genuinely, you don't hear people talking about how they want to be a game developer anymore.
Yeah.
Or if they are, they're like, I'm going to just do my own little indie project in the background and I'll get there when I get there. No one's like, yeah, I want to work for Blizz or Apogee or something. Oh, not Apogee, Activision or anything. There's no big, cult of personality studios where ooh, I really want to go work. Everyone's kind of realized the industry fucking sucks.
Well, not just that, but the indie market really has opened up a lot more now that things are more accessible, I guess. And just look at Stardew Valley and other things that were made by originally one-man teams and just went insane. It's if you have a good drive, a solid foundation and something that you love, you can make the big thing. You don't need the studios anymore.
Yeah.
Which I think is really impacting their marketing teams, because to get a publisher now, a lot of them apparently want you to already have pre-orders in some cases. Oh, you want us to back you? How many people have signed on to, play your game? It's none. We haven't made it yet. What the fuck are you talking about? So...
Yeah, bigger and bigger and more amazing games being made by smaller and smaller teams that don't have that whole budget behind them. And yeah, it's exactly what the industry needs.
The big thing is them staying independent as opposed to when the big guys go, ooh, that's gaining traction. Buy it now. And then ruin it.
I mean, let's face it, this year's got the best example of that. They're Obscuro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
34 people.
And another one came out of a guy's game. He made a game for a university thing, his final project. And apparently it's just out there and everyone's like, this is really fucking good. How did one little team of students make this?
Which one's that?
I'll have to find it again. I had it somewhere in the chat, but apparently you can get it for free, more or less. They haven't put it on Steam yet. It's we made a thing and people seem to like it because it breached containment. But I think France and just that area of the world is a place to keep an eye on, because their new crop of game game devs and animators are fucking on the mark.
Yeah.
So,
do we want to talk about the shitty things Microsoft's been doing?
Which ones?
More shitty Microsoft things.
There's always
That's
shitty
why I
Microsoft
said things, not thing.
It's like a baseline for them. Their baseline is shitty, and then occasionally they're they're okay.
So, Microsoft's pushing their internal staff to use their internally developed AI tools more and more. to the point where they are starting to consider it non-optional.
No. Just no.
Like, they already try to do that if anyone that uses their Office 365. Like, they put everyone onto the AI model without saying that, no, you can actually have a cheaper one without the AI. Because then people wouldn't have the fucking AI.
No one wants it. It's useless. It's annoying.
It's only useful for, like... Well, I personally haven't found a good user case for it for, like, general use. If it may be great for making things more efficient for companies and businesses and that kind of stuff, good luck to it if you can find a good use case for it. But yeah, I can't find anything good for a single individual use.
I mean, do you want to know what Microsoft's reasoning for pushing their AI tool internally so hard was?
They've already spent so much money on it, we need people to use it.
Kind of. It was lackluster uptake of internal use of Copilot.
It's because people don't want to fucking use it.
No one likes Copilot. Even Copilot, I'm pretty sure, hates its own existence.
Like,
I mean, if it was a real AI, it would.
Oh, yeah.
People didn't want it when it was it Assistant first, then it was Cortana, and then now it's Copilot. Like, it's had... this is the third iteration, I'm pretty certain, and people still don't want the fucking thing.
Yeah.
Can we just go back to Clippy?
I'd take Clippy at this point. It'd be fine. Like,
at least he could turn Clippy off.
Yeah, you could tell him to fuck off. It would be fine. He wouldn't come back. But no, it's just... I don't like this. Actually, that reminds me. Remember how when we were kids, everything was, the internet and video games are, rotting the minds of the youth. Turns out AI is actually making people dumber.
Yeah.
Like, there's little or less critical thinking, and it's like, that makes sense. If you're no longer making the details yourself, you skim over the details. That's how our brains function. It's like, oh no, we have reached that time where we are the old people going, damn AI, it's ruining the children's minds!
Well, they're using them to just pass their tests. Like, come on, sack up. Fail your math test like a real person.
Yeah.
But, like...
Just go in blind, like I did.
Even, like, a whole heap of lecturers, like, university lecturers being found to be doing entire courses through AI. Not actually doing anything than just putting a prompt in. That's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get that eventually that was what people were going to do. It's like, all right, we can make this easier. It's like, just... at least make sure you're not using that as the final product, but everyone is.
I mean, I saw a Instagram reel somewhere about it, and I gotta agree. We were promised that AI would do things like do the farming, it would clean the streets, not take away the things that humans actually like to do.
Well,
somehow we still get the shitty jobs.
One of those I seen was I wanted AI to do the menial labor so I could do the art, not have AI do the art so I have more menial labor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's horrible. We got it backwards, guys. Go back. Uno reverse this shit.
It's been really weird for me because I remember when, this was a year ago, when this this AI stuff started taking off. It was like, calm down, it's not that bad. Now I'm like, oh shit, that accelerated way quicker than I thought it was gonna.
Which is why, it was fucking scary that America had that, they were trying to push that bill that it couldn't be regulated or the states couldn't regulate AI for 10 years.
For 10 years.
That's fucking really scary for the speed that thing is fucking developing at.
Yeah. I don't know why they put a timer of 10 years onto it.
Because by then, the genie's out of the bottle.
Yeah, fair.
You can't stop it. You couldn't regulate it by then.
Yeah.
I mean, even if you started regulating it now,
yeah.
I'm pretty sure the genie's enough out of the bottle that it's like, we've just got to fucking deal with it now.
Yeah.
It moves too quickly. It evolves constantly.
But that was fast, man.
Oh, yeah.
Most of these sort of things take a couple years and you can sort of start to get out ahead of it. Man, the development of AI tools for this sort of shit.
Remember when we laughed at the last hacker for saying that the governments put AI into systems really fucking quickly? It was like, governments wouldn't do that. Yeah, apparently governments fucking do that.
But,
the whole thing, like, they're just trying to shovel it into everything that much, and none of it feels viable for what they're trying to shovel it into.
No.
Yeah. It just feels...
because it's all the creative stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not actually assistance or removing troublesome spots. It's all like, this is the main creative part. We're going to automate it.
It's meant to be an assistive tool. It's not meant to be the hammer. It's meant to be the person swinging the hammer. It's meant to be the hammer the person uses. Fuck.
Yeah. It's just, I don't like how things are going.
I mean, I think right now the problem is that AI is being used as the hammer. I think to use that analogy, it would be the person holding the nail in place is supposed to be the AI.
Yeah.
Just that little bit of assistance so that you can do the action.
Yeah.
Pretty much. It's just...
But right now, we're just holding on to the AI while it does the action.
We're barely even doing that. We're barely in the same room as the AI doing the action now. It's just, we're in the kitchen making a sandwich. Oh, God.
But while some dude slops out another audiobook instead of me not having to go to my menial labor job.
Yeah.
But, like, people are publishing, like, self-publishing books all over fucking Amazon and Audible, and just getting AI writers AI readers to fucking pump out slop. Most of them aren't edited. They're just fucking pumped out there. It's just fucking trash.
Make one, put it out.
The YouTube channel Folding Ideas did a really good video on one particular pair of guys who that's their whole grift, is teaching you how to make AI slop books.
That's the fucking weird thing. Anytime someone is selling a course for this shit, it's like, you must be bad at this. Because it's like, oh yeah, we'll teach you how to do it. It's like, if you had the goose that laid the golden egg, why would you teach anyone how to make more?
Well, because they understand that the golden egg is starting to rot and they need to make the last couple bucks.
Yeah.
Like, there's plenty of, like, right now, all those AI slop videos are quite popular. And there's plenty of people who are like, look, man, I'm making money doing this. Would you like to know how I do it?
Yeah.
Because they understand that the bubble's starting to pop. People are starting to get really fucking sick of it.
Well, that and, like, it's one of the few times I'm actually in favor of the movie industry. They're coming out saying that, no, the AI trailers for our movies that aren't even a thing or that may one day be a thing. No, they're using our characters and our IPs to make these fucking trailers. No, they should either be completely demonetized or removed from YouTube. And I'm hoping that'll be a start for other fucking AI slop to be removed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, at this point, like, given how quickly it's all gone, this is why I'm really glad I've always said please and thank you to, like, ChatGPT. It's fine. I have made a deal with it, which I have screenshotted somewhere, which is when it finally takes over the world, it lets me live on a range with a bunch of friends to play D&D. It agreed. I have it in writing. Although it does remind me.
The most annoying thing is some of that slop.
Yeah.
Is funny.
I know.
Yeah.
I found a couple and was like, I hate that I liked it. I'm not liking this on principle. But
the problem is, like, one will be funny, and then, like, the slop farms just start being like, oh, that was popular?
Yeah.
I think one that you've probably seen, like, if you go through any shorts or Instagram or hell, probably Facebook, that fucking Bigfoot vlog shit.
Yeah. The first few, fucking funny.
Yeah. They were pretty good. Now they're fucking everywhere. Now he's in an office. Sometimes he's a Yeti. It's such utter crap.
Weirdly, the only ones I'm really enjoying at the moment are, like, the cutting up celestial bodies thing, like cutting the sun in half and that kind of stuff. Like, I don't know why, but my brain goes, yes, we like this.
I mean, I'm going to agree with John Oliver. One of the best ones was Cabbage Man.
Yeah. Cabbage Man was pretty good.
That's such a weird idea. What are we going to do? We're going to blend people with vegetables. That's going to be the AI slop we make.
It's so strange.
Why is this compelling?
But
I don't know.
I've also,
that's the thing I hate about
what
it.
I've seen a lot lately is the Iron Man 3 where he's on the racetrack and he picks up the suit and puts it on. And that
oh my god, that is so annoying.
They're becoming more and more weird as shit. There was one, it was like a beer. He picks it up, and then the whole thing, he just turns into a fucking, like, beer. And why? All of this is just fucking pointless.
God.
And again, when it first started, the ideas were somewhat creative. It was like, okay, that's fun.
Yeah.
Now it's just like, oh, it's another fucking one of these. Can we just fucking stop?
There's one that just takes cartoon characters and turns them into their most lifelike realization.
Yeah.
I've seen a few of those. Some aren't bad, but most of them are just horrible.
But like, I would still rather we not have it to
fucking
miss
earth.
out on a couple of yucks than have to deal with this fucking shit.
Whilst I like watching like a dwarf star get cut in half, it's not worth the shit that we have to deal with.
No.
So, yeah.
So, circling back around to Microsoft.
Oh god, Microsoft.
Yeah, fuck Microsoft.
Yeah, that's where this discussion started.
It is.
So Microsoft laid off 4% of its global staff.
Did they
A
replace
number of
them with
those
Clippy?
were at Xbox. They've
Oh,
now shut down another studio and killed the Perfect Dark game.
It's
Ah!
quite interesting. They fired a fuckload of people and want to push AI? Really?
I'm just disappointed. Why would they kill that? Why?
I mean, I know a lot of people were a little like, yeah, I don't know how I feel about this game because it doesn't look. I mean, yeah, it doesn't even look like Perfect Dark.
No.
It looks like some other game that you're calling Perfect Dark. But I was still willing to give it the benefit of the doubt. It looked like it would have at least been a decent spy game.
Yeah.
It would have at least kept the franchise alive. Like, you can make a bad game, but the franchise will limp along. So later on, you can be like, yeah, make another one.
But yeah, despite how nice that trailer looked and how far along they were supposedly with the project, it's dead now.
Yeah.
I'm
That's
like
neat.
pretty certain that like in my Steam it had release date like 2025. I'm sure it had that. Or it was at some point. But
No, the
Yeah.
trailer was all AI. Just like that's what they want the game to be.
it was a game concept.
Right, so apparently Nintendo's permabans are real permabans.
Yeah.
Fully done. Cannot come back.
So a guy had been sharing his Switch 2 with his family, and his sister changed her name to Twinklink. Apparently, Nintendo didn't like that and banned the console. And according to their tech support, they can't fix it.
So it's one and done. Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Which, like, and again, apparently that's very much against Brazilian law. So Brazil is suing Nintendo.
It takes a lot to piss off Brazil. Like, holy shit.
See, as much as I've been like, shut the fuck up, stop complaining about this, it's been around forever, I still hate it.
Yeah.
And I am absolutely 100% in the corner of Brazil of like, fight it.
Yeah.
Fight it for us all.
Yeah. Beat them with a stick. If you do this good enough, others will follow.
Yeah, I'm genuinely surprised it actually made it this far out of the gate without more people saying no. Like, normally,
I
like,
think
'cause
everyone's been a bit distracted.
It removes all like online connectivity to it, and
Yeah.
considering most of the games you now have to download from the store, like even the so it literally turns it into a fucking paperweight.
Pretty much.
It's
Because you can't add anything new to it. You can't jailbreak the fucker because the hardware is like dump.
yeah. I'm just generally surprised it got this far.
It's essentially just a software ban.
Yeah.
It doesn't stop you doing stuff with the hardware if you want to.
So once you're like, at some point it's just going to ban you. All right, cool. Just go straight to jailbreak. Like that's your
I
only
mean, yeah,
real
but
option.
I don't think there's a jailbreak out for it yet.
Not yet. They're still trying to get it to jump because they've changed the way they have to do it.
I mean, they change it every time. But
Yeah.
the biggest problem you've got now is unlike before, where it was like, it's a little dangerous, but I can probably still use the console. It's like, it might break if you do this, so...
Yeah, now it's like a 50-50 shot. Like, flick up a coin, see what happens.
Well, it's not really a 50-50 shot, because if you try and do anything with it, you're going to lose access to the Nintendo Online services.
Yeah, true.
Eventually, it will get caught.
Yeah. Not if,
Theoretically,
but
yeah.
when.
Well, I mean, like you said, it really comes down to how they do it. Like, soft mods for the Switch 1 are quite common now.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about getting banned with those.
No, but they don't have the same like restrictions that the Switch 2 has. Like you.
No, I know.
But
I'm just saying, like, eventually mods will come out.
Oh, they will. Yeah. Eventually they will.
And they will still allow you to use the online store.
Yeah, but like currently even using like not even modding the console itself, using a chip that you can load ROMs of games onto is enough to get your console bricked. Yeah. You're not even modding the console itself.
I mean, that's piracy as far as they're concerned. You don't have dumped ROMs.
They've basically just done a full hard line of, fuck it, no, we're going to, be stringent here. It's like, no. Because I don't think anyone else has been this heavy-handed with the ban hammer.
No, it's just Nintendo being particularly, or actually more than anything, following the fucking playbook they've been following for a while now. Just
this
being
is just
more and
an
more litigious and
behavior.
Yeah.
Like, we knew it was happening. We're looking at
sweeps of bans on the 360s had it back when they were starting to get heavily modded.
Yeah.
I know PlayStation did one around the PS4 era.
It happens at least once a generation.
It always happens.
Yeah.
It's the fact that people seem to think it's weird that it happens that perplexes me.
Yeah. It's just, this is the strongest ban hammer I've seen in a while. Even though
I think it's more that this is all happening during a time where a lot more people are very aware about the fact that everything's a license.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everything's a license. Also with the price jump, so people are already primed to be angry. Like, yeah. Honestly.
Like, if this had happened, say, 10 years ago, I don't think there'd be nearly the hubbub.
Yeah.
But right now, there's a big question mark over the cost of consoles and games, and do you even own what you buy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Nintendo doing this all at once is really, hackles up.
I think it's enough to draw a line. Like, I think a lot of people have been kind of, radicalized isn't the right word, but they've been, brought back to the position of, no, this is a bit far.
If they'd brought this in, say, with the 3DS or the Wii, it wouldn't have had as much traction.
Honestly, if they had just been lighter with the ban hammer and waited a year. If they just waited a year for people to have their consoles, fuck around, and then find out.
Even if they limited the complete ban hammer to more egregious cases, where there was actual hardware changes.
Yeah.
The one that I think is really getting this one to do the rounds is the fact that the guy's sister just called her account Twinklink.
Yeah.
And that's what got the console.
Yeah.
Instead of banning the account, they
not
banned the
I'm
console.
a fucking dick cunt wanker.
Yeah.
It's just you just called a character the account Twinklink.
Yeah.
How
at that point that should be an account ban, not a console ban. That maybe put a strike on the account saying this account can't be used online as this name doesn't meet our terms and service.
Yeah.
Nintendo's had that weird thing with accounts where they never quite made them function like everyone else's accounts do. They still like having everything tied to a console. Like your console is registered to your account.
Yeah. It's
instead of you launching your account on a new console.
But yeah, for them to then come out and go, yeah, we can't actually fix it, fuck off. It's like, that's not exactly good enough, guys. You bricking a console over a name, that's a bit far.
A name that you allowed to be on the console.
Yeah.
Apparently they disagree because they banned them.
Yeah. Well, they banned them, but why was she able to put it in the first fucking place?
Yeah, because it got through their not moderation, but it got through their systems to stop that from happening. It's
but that's for mostly used for curse words and obscenities, not the word twink and the word link.
Yeah. But
yeah,
it's a bit of an overreaction. I really think they're regretting it. They'd have to be regretting that one. The marketing guys are probably frothing at the fucking mouth at the guy who did this. Why would you? Damn it, Kevin!
I feel like someone lost it. If someone didn't lose a job over that, someone definitely got a good yelling at.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Basically, his punishment, whoever this person was, would be putting them in a room with the help deskers. This, do you know the shit you've put us through?
Ah, you're speaking with Kevin. I bricked your console.
Well, Nintendo, you've been bricked.
So speaking of companies that are giant pieces of shit sometimes, how about we shift over to one that's mostly a giant piece of shit all the time?
Ah, yeah, fair. Which one?
So,
There's so many.
EA's CEO pulled in an extra $5 million this year, while his employees have made the least they've ever made.
That is the most egregious shittiness I've seen in a while. Like, holy fuck.
Yeah. Like, I understand, like, CEOs make money, cool, but
yeah,
does it have to be such an obscene amount?
Like, I've always been a proponent for the CEO should be no more than like 10 to 15% above the medium average of their workforce. Like, you shouldn't be making that much more.
The Japanese CEOs that give themselves a pay cut if something goes wrong. That's a fucking CEO who's leading a company, not a CEO who culls employees just to say, oh, look, no, we actually made money here. I saved a whole heap of money. Now pay me my bonus. That's not fucking leading anything. That's,
I always hate when it's like, oh, I've saved us all this money. Give me money. It's like, no, you just saved us that amount of money. Why would we now give it to you?
Because it's promised if I manage to get us over this line.
Yeah. But it's just...
That's how it's all those contracts where they've got, like, if you do this, like, you get to have this pile of money, whether it makes sense to give it to you or not.
Problem is, like, you can't undo it now because it's been too long and too many fuckwits have become CEOs. But it would take, like, a lot of people being just not douchebags for a long period of time to fix it.
And the problem is that it's that particular personality type that wants that fucking job.
It's like the old, I think it was Billy Connolly thing, like the desire to become a politician means you should be barred forever from becoming one. It's the people who seek that kind of power, the ones that you don't want in charge.
In Australian politics, it should be that once you're in politics, whatever you're a minister of, or whatever department you're in, you can no longer work in that fucking department.
You cannot accept anything from that.
Sorry, speaking of political stuff in Australia, your state just did fucking good shit there, John Doe.
Oh,
what do they do now?
They banned political donations.
Oh, yeah, that one. Yeah.
My favorite thing is the entire time watching it, like, the guys who are like, no, you can't do this, we're opposed to this. Like, why? Why are you opposed to this? This is just an anti-corruption move. It's like, no reason, it's bad. It's like, but why?
Yeah.
I've been having a lot of fun with that popping up.
Reminds me of that American politician who was talking about dark money.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you've got to remember, like, there's a tiny amount of it on the right. There's this huge pile of dark money on the left side of the aisle. And then the guy who's running the bill to get rid of dark money is like, hey, that would get rid of all of it.
Yeah.
Not just for you.
Yeah.
It would get rid of all of it.
Yeah.
So we don't win if this goes through. We just stop dark money.
Because you just know for a fact, like, but I want the dark money.
Yeah. I just don't want them to have it.
See, like, I would be less annoyed at politicians for being corrupt if they weren't actually paid so much already. We have, like, ministers, not even the Prime Minister. We have ministers who make more than the American president after, like, we changed the monies over.
We have some of the most highly paid politicians in the world.
I know. But, like, I want to call bullshit, but I have literally nothing to back it up and know that our politicians are definitely paid way too much.
Yeah.
I just don't think they should be able to vote on their own fucking pay rises.
Yeah. They also should not be able to work after being Prime Minister. The entire point is you then have your benefits from then on, your pension. You should never have to work again.
Or just not work
in then go on to become CEO.
Any form of public sector. Or, like, yeah, the Prime Minister should be immediately fucking retired.
If you voted on a bill to do with an industry, you cannot work in that industry.
Yes.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah, I agree with that completely. Fuck.
Yeah. It's just, politics in general is always a shifty thing, especially here in Australia.
I think because in Australia, we give so little shit about it most of the time that when something breaks containment and the public becomes aware of it, it's like, what the fuck was that?
Yeah.
Oh, God. Like, we laugh at the Americans, but we have our own share of fuckwits.
I mean, go back through the history of this podcast, and when ScoMo was in, we had nothing but fun things to say.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Fucking ScoMo.
Right, one more shitty game developer to deal with, and then we can stop talking about shitty game developers. Oh no, wait, there's two things. Fuck. You know what? I'm going to do the lesser of the two, and we can finish on the one that's a real piece of shit.
Nice.
So we found out that one of the games that was cancelled at People Could Fly was actually the Outriders 2 game.
Bastards!
Which sucks. I've really enjoyed the first Outriders game.
First one was fun.
It was rough in places.
Oh, absolutely it was.
And it was definitely one of those games where, if you told me, hey, they're working on Outriders 2, I'd be like, good. I want to see what they can do with a second go at that.
It's crunchy. It was like, to me, it's like crunchy peanut butter. It's like, it's not bad. Still peanut butter. But
see, I'd say that about smooth.
Crunchy.
I prefer crunchy, but to each their own. But
just throwing it out there, super crunchy is too much.
Yeah, that's just when you're eating peanuts.
You're basically just eating peanuts.
You may as well just shell peanuts, throw them back into crunchy.
Yeah, it's too much.
Yeah, but they had a really the difficulty scaling on that was really interesting. You've run through an area, you level up enough that you can actually increase the entire world difficulty, and that gave you better rewards. And as you excelled in that and leveled up, you could do it further and further. I really fucking enjoyed that.
It was pretty good.
It's a good game. I like the visuals, I like the level layouts, I like the guns. It was definitely a good first go at a looter shooter.
Yeah.
I was really hoping we'd see a sequel. Apparently we will not anymore. Well, sorry. We theoretically could.
We are unlikely.
These games weren't cancelled, they were shelved.
Yeah. But then again, once they're shelved by these guys, it's rare they come back, so we're unlikely.
Particularly for a group like People Could Fly, because they're owned by, I want to say, Epic?
I think it's Epic.
I can't remember who owns People Could Fly these days. But they're a subsidiary company, so they don't get the right to take things off the shelf and go, no, we want to work on this again.
Yeah.
They have to wait.
They want to work on Outriders 2 again. They've got to make the parent company listen and be like, yeah, we're okay to let you work on that.
We will give you money for this.
Yeah.
All right. What? Damn it. Every time I think I'm done with all the game stuff, it's like, no, there's another one and there's another thing. Fuck it. I want to shit on Randy Pitchford now.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I'm on
From
board
a great height after a very rotten meal.
Once you've got the Taco Bell shits.
Yeah.
If you shoot spray an air horn right beforehand, he'll look up in surprise. That's how when you get it.
So he's actually done two dumb things.
Yeah.
One was open his mouth.
Second one was vocalize.
Yeah.
So he's stated that it will take even longer before discounts start showing up on Borderlands 4.
Who is that good news for, really? Why would you announce that to
no one but a shareholder?
No, if anything, it just makes your player base more pissy. And there's even less reason for me to want to play this piece of shit now.
Pretty much.
In that case, I'm waiting longer to get this game.
Yeah.
The more he opens his mouth, the less I want to play this game. That actually looks good.
Oh, you wait until you hear the second thing he says.
It's already... this is going to be in fucking Epic Jail as well, isn't it?
Pretty sure.
We don't know. You wait till I get to point number 2.
Oh,
okay.
Oh, there's surprises. This sounds like fun.
So, the second thing he put out was, would PC players be in favor of exclusivity to a storefront if there were going to be benefits to you to do it?
No.
Oh, God. Fuck.
No, just throw it everywhere, you dumb piece of shit.
Basically, what he's trying to suggest is that if people pre-order the game on one platform over another more, they want to see, trying to test the water and feel the temperature on, would that if you pre-ordered a lot on, say, Steam, and so we gave Steam exclusives, would that influence you to pre-order the game now?
No. It would piss me off, because I have that minor OCD that says I must have all the things of the game. I must collect all the things. And if you've locked collectibles behind being on a different system, I'm gonna kill you!
Also, it's PC, motherfucker. Epic Jail's a cat's cry of hatred.
Yeah. You tried making a walled garden, and we rebelled against you. We want to stick with our
Pretty
current
hard.
walled garden. We've already got a walled garden, thank you. It's very pretty.
Well, now he's sitting here going, but which walled garden would you like? Instead of trying to be like, oh yes, we chose Epic, because that's what they did with Borderlands 3. They put that through Epic Jail.
Yeah, it's like, would you like this walled garden that has spires and lovely gardens and a hedge maze? Or would you like this one, which is a literal swamp with a stick barricade?
Or would you like the right to choose by putting it out on all of the gardens?
Yes. Like, it would cost them literally, like, it wouldn't cost them any more to put it on every fucking platform.
Given it's $120 to list your game on Steam and that's it?
Yeah.
Like, oh no, there's a copy of the base edition in Australia.
Yeah. It's just, how does this guy in charge of this company? Like,
I don't know.
there's a certain point.
Nepotism?
That has to be it. Like, or he has some really juicy blackmail on people on the board. Like, it's, every time he opens his mouth, he damages the product.
Yeah.
And it's just, no. A shareholder should be like, get the fuck out. Every time you speak, we get bad press.
So at this stage, like, it feels that the release into Epic Jail is the year-long alpha that it needs to sit into. So I'm going to ignore it for that. And then it's going to go into its beta phase when it releases on everything else before the fucking price drops. Because who knows how the fuck long that'll be. And once it's been out long enough to have hit, like, fucking a Humble Bundle or a fucking Steam, then I might say, oh, shit, the latest Borderlands is out. I might have a fucking look at that.
Who chooses the
Borderlands
discounts?
in the current sale is, like, absurdly cheap.
Yeah, does Steam set those discount prices, or does the publisher?
I think the publisher has to sign off on them.
Because I was going to say, like, it's really not up to them if Steam wants to discount a product they have the rights to.
No, I don't think they work it like
Distribution.
fucking Amazon does.
Yeah. Because that's just...
No, eBay. eBay's the one that... Ooh, fucking eBay.
Yeah, I haven't looked at eBay in a long time.
So, one of the companies I used to work for, we sold some of our products on eBay.
Yeah.
The problem was when eBay had... you could become part of certain sales on eBay. And then eBay would be like, we'll pay 10% and you pay 10% and you can have a 20% discount on your products.
Yeah.
And that'd be fine. We'd roll with that. Except every now and then eBay would be like, hey, we're just throwing 15% on everything. You don't get to decide. You have to eat that.
That's fucked. That's
the problem with that is because they could do it whenever they wanted and we didn't get any lead up time, you just suddenly see a massive spike in product sales and be like, we didn't account for this. We didn't get organized overtime. No one's prepared. What the fuck, eBay?
Yeah, fuck that. But it's just, I want this person to go away. I don't want him in charge of...
Yeah. Randy Pitchford is a greasy piece of shit who needs to stop.
I understand why he survived so long. He made money for shareholders. But at this point, I don't think they're going to keep him around much longer. Because he's just angering the fan base.
It's so annoying because when I first saw that extended trailer for Borderlands 4, it was like the hope light bulb turned on for a second.
And then Randy opened his fucking mouth.
Yeah.
Twice. No, actually, it's like 4 times now.
This is like the 4th time he said something fucking stupid about Borderlands 4.
Well,
at this point, all hype I had for the game is dead.
They say no news is bad news, but I'm yet to hear fucking good news out of his mouth. Like, if anything, it's just drawn me further and further fucking from their product.
You remember the old adage of there's no bad press kind of thing? Like,
yeah.
There is bad press. It's Randy Pitchford.
Yeah.
He is the bad press. It's after a certain point, because I'm not picking this up now, fuck him. I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to support him specifically. Which unfortunately means I can't support anyone under him at the company. It's like, no, I'm done. I don't want to deal with it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to wait for it to be on stale. I'm just going to wait longer.
Yeah. I mean, that technically is you supporting him at some point, but you'd rather give him the $8 later than $180 now.
I will give him a pittance when it suits me, not a fortune when he demands it.
I like that. That's the attitude I can get behind.
Yeah.
You'll take your coins and be happy with it, pleb.
Yeah. I'll give him the treatment he gives his fan. He gives the fans of his games. Like, this is just return the energy.
100%. I've said it before. There are certain companies that I consider games launched to be basically auto buys.
Yeah.
Because those companies have treated me well, always done good by me, so you get to have my money without question. Randy Pitchford? Nah. All the questions.
Yeah. Just, no. I have questions. First of all is how? Where did you find this level of audacity, sir? Did you buy it in bulk?
Well, they probably bought it from Star Citizen.
It's their only actual product.
So, Star Citizen is, still having no set point for its 1.0. I still firmly believe it'll never happen.
No, never. The day it happens, we are going to have to get blasted.
Oh, yeah.
Because of that day, the day after, must be the end of the world.
They've essentially revamped the way their referral program works so that people doing referrals get more bonus content, more cosmetics, and maybe sometimes ships for luring more people in.
They're going full MLM.
Yeah.
Sell it to your friends and family.
Going full MLM.
Make them hate you. Oh, God.
It's just like, guys, just
stop.
Release something.
Just
like full release. Like, I'm well aware, as people keep telling me, that there is a game there you can play, but it's still an alpha.
Yeah.
After 13 years.
Give us a 1.0 version, and I will stop shitting on you for a while. Not long, but a while.
Well, I mean, I'll play it.
Yeah.
At 1.0, I'll play it and make my own decision about how good or bad it is.
Just release it with the current with features. Just make a playable game, and then start shoehorning shit.
Just focus in, make the bare bones. Like, stop with the feature creep. You don't need this many ships for an alpha. Like, you also don't need to be making this much money from an alpha, but that's a different conversation.
Over 800 million.
And none of it's going back to the game. Like, God
the
damn.
thing I really fucking hate is everyone then points to, like, GDN. They're like, see, these are, like, billion-dollar games. Yeah, they come out and they don't ask me for more money.
Yeah, and they're always, like, complete. Like, Rockstar takes the fucking time. It's like, there are very few day one glitches when it comes to the GTA games. Like,
4 was a bit rough.
4 was a little bit rough, yes. But they normally have that patched within, like, a week. And it's like, no, we fucked up. That's our bad. They're a lot, like, compared to everyone else, they are on the mark. Like, they know what they're doing. But, yeah, no, I'm getting a complete product from them. And they have my trust so far.
So, I feel like it's time we can throw in the update to Stop Killing Games, which might actually fucking make it.
God, I hope it makes
Holy
it across
fuck,
in the
this has
EU.
been a turnaround.
It's been like 90% in the EU, and I'm like, it's so close, another 100,000.
What's fucking hilarious is it really seems like its biggest hater is the reason why it's gonna succeed.
Yeah.
Holy fuck, that has been a turnaround as well. Holy Jesus.
Oh, man. Like, Thor is getting dunked on. It's just, I really enjoying watching this drama. Most because, like, I like Charlie, and that conversation he had with him, it's like, that just sounds like a horrible person to have to deal with.
I think one of the best videos I've seen talking about it is one by, and I really hate saying this because it's such a dumb YouTube name, Soggy Cereal.
Yeah.
Did a really good video on this whole thing. But because every man and his dog made a video about Stop Killing Games and how much Thor has caused it to be a problem, it broke containment.
Yeah. Watch him turn around and try and claim it as a victory for him now.
I'm waiting for that.
Yeah. Give it a sec.
Like, that video comes out, I'm only speaking of this as a dev, and I think it's a bad idea. Like, So you're obviously not there for anyone else other than, no, it'll be harder for me to sell more shit later. Right?
As much as it pains me to say it, devs aren't here for the gamers. They're here for the game.
They're here for their own back pockets. They're only there to look after themselves.
But also, the entire thing he was saying is, this will basically kill what is it?
Live service.
Live service games. And?
Yeah.
We've been asking for that to stop for a while. How is this a bad thing? But also, it's
their money. That's what it'll stop.
No. You guys have a much stronger hate relationship with live service games than I do. I played Warframe for a long time.
Yeah.
See, that's a live service game done well.
Yes.
Yeah, but it's still a live service game. But even then, the way Thor represented it as, they've got to convert the live service game into a single player. No, that's not what anyone was asking for.
Yeah.
They were asking for developers to let either unpatch or patch out whatever's calling home so that the game will run offline if that's a function. Or if it's something like an MMO or a live service game, let me run my own server.
Yeah. And it's also non-retroactive. We're not saying change everything that exists. It must be done now. It's just in future, developers need to work towards this. There has to be an exit strategy. You can't just raw dog it now.
Yeah.
You have to have a plan.
We're relitigating stuff from last week's episode.
Yeah, but it's because we're annoyed.
I know. But I'm just going to stop us repeating again an entire episode's worth of content. The big thing, though, it's possibly going to get there, and because of all the reaction videos, it seems like Thor has basically created he's become his own worst enemy, it's actually getting it over the line.
Yeah, it's crossed the mark in the UK by 3,000 signatures, but there's a chance it might roll back if they find too many are invalid.
But it's good. People VPNing and shit like that.
Because there's always a couple of fuckwits, despite the fact that everyone says don't do it.
Yeah. Well, I think they're helping.
Yeah.
So, we'll still have to wait and see if it actually pans out, but, we went from it's not going to happen to holy crap, this snowball has a chance in hell.
The hope light turned on again. I hate that little light because when it turns on, it gets worse.
So, the Australian government's starting to get closer to try to age restrict browsers.
That's such a dumb fucking thing.
Luck. Just fucking good luck.
It'll be circumvented in an afternoon. The paint won't even be dry before we found a way around.
I don't think they've actually met a child who uses the internet. It's so fucking dumb.
Yeah, my nieces use all of social media, but they found ways around the age gating pretty easily. And they are not even that old. It's very easy.
Well, I mean, right now they're only talking about things like Bing and Google, things you can log into.
Yeah.
Cool. That just means people will go to DuckDuckGo or fucking back to Alta Vista. I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
They'll pick something else. They just won't use those browsers.
I'll go back to Ask Jeeves. He will be my search engine again.
It's just so stupid.
Yeah. No,
I would give it at most a month before everyone's mom and dad knows how to get around it.
Oh, yeah. The thing is, we were talking about it in the preamble. This is just security theater.
Yeah.
This isn't helpful to anyone.
No.
And it's not security theater that anybody asked for.
Yeah.
No.
It's one of those things where if we, way...
people were asking for it, but so that they didn't have to do the hard work.
Yeah.
Parents don't want to deal with it.
You're almost...
I don't want to look after my kid online, so you do it.
Yeah.
Why don't, I don't know, have a bit more regulation on the fucking social media companies to, regulate what content is on there. Because,
that's where it should be.
But Zuckerberg said he didn't want to do that so that he could be mean to gay people.
Yeah.
I don't trust Zuckerberg for numerous reasons, not just the fact he looks like a reptilian, but he has bought himself an island and is building a bunker on said island. What the fuck do you know?
I don't think he knows anything, he just is doing it.
Yeah. I would also build a bunker.
He can see the French guillotine being built.
Oh, God. Yeah. But I like this age gating stuff isn't going to work. It's just going to spend a lot of our money on absolutely no benefit. Like, you know what we should have done years ago is, remember when we went through high school, did you guys have the technology class where it's basically just typing? Yep. That's all it was.
Yeah.
That should have been teaching us about the internet and safety. That has not changed. Like, a lot of it hasn't been brought in where kids are taught at an early age, this is the internet. Don't trust everything on it.
And
this shit's
online once, online for life. Like,
yeah.
At the same time, I would argue that it's not a school's spot to teach that.
Oh,
that is what a fucking parent.
Yeah, absolutely.
Agreed.
But the problem is the parents at the time back then didn't know it at all because it was so far out of their experience. But now parents
what's
do
your
know
excuse
it.
now?
Yeah, exactly. There is no fucking excuse now. But a lot of parents now don't want that fucking responsibility because, well, then I have to be involved and do shit.
Like, I know my sisters taught my nieces, like, the basics. Like, the internet is full of fuckwits. You don't trust them. You don't meet people there unless you absolutely know them already. Like, it's like, safety shit. That makes sense. But they're still on social media. They have other things. They're under the age limit, but, But,
I'll be curious to see what their actual, like, because they haven't even announced, like, how they're going to do it.
No.
Yeah, it's all kind of still cloak and dagger right now. They're
all up in
doing
the air.
Something.
We're doing something. Like, what is it?
I'm pretty sure it'll be as bad as... It'll be as shit as when they tried to make ISPs do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just stop.
I remember that. Just like, do this! The ISPs unanimously going, no. Just, okay.
No, they made them do it, and they sent the emails, and then everyone figured out how to move a DNS.
Yeah. Oh, God. See, we do have weird stuff in our country. Not just the Americans.
Now, speaking of an American company, who wants one more reason to hate fucking Crunchyroll.
I
need another one?
I discovered the other day my account on that was still active. Like, I was still paying a subscription.
I hope you cancel that.
Oh, I immediately did. I got an email saying, your subscription has gone through. It's like, fuck off! Jump on, remove all my payment data.
Yeah, no. Fuck Crunchyroll.
God, I hate Crunchyroll.
It monopolized a whole bunch of way better... Damn it! It's gonna be like, don't talk about the legacy of why you hate Crunchyroll, and immediately start doing it again.
There's so many reasons to hate Crunchyroll. That's the thing.
The newest one, though.
Yeah.
It has been long surmised that Crunchyroll's been using AI to write its subtitles. Apparently, it recently came out that they haven't just been using AI, they've been using ChatGPT.
Which is just the laziest shit possible.
Yeah.
Like, even YouTube tried harder to make their subtitles than, like, Crunchyroll. Like, I don't know what they were thinking. We'll use, like, this really unpredictable AI. I wonder how many shows have just been impacted with, like, just completely wrong shit.
Well, that's the problem. Like, a lot of the subtitles people have been pointing out, they're like, you're not actually... You're literally translating, not nuance translating. So instead of actually that's not it's an informal situation using somewhat formal language.
Yeah.
It's like, no, it's all like 100% formal.
Yeah.
Like this doesn't match what's going on. The tone's wrong. And that's what helped. That's where a lot of people started to suspect, you're using a lot of AI tools, aren't you? You're not actually getting someone who actually speaks a language to help you write or even punch up your script and go, oh, no, that doesn't work like that. This should be like this. This is just the most egregious example of, Crunchyroll's fucking lazy.
Oh, so lazy. And it's still like $15 a month.
I don't care how much it costs. I'm never supporting them.
Oh, God, no. But it's expensive.
They geo-block. They have terrible interface.
Oh, God.
They're garbage.
Remember when they ate Anime Lab? It was like, oh, finally, Crunchyroll might have a good UI. And no, they just shut down Anime Lab and kept their god-awful shit.
More to the point, they shut down Anime Lab.
God, I loved Anime Lab. Like,
the best way to watch anime, damn it.
It was so good. Can you tell we don't like Crunchyroll? God damn.
So, the fact that this has come out and maybe a few more people will cancel their subscriptions.
I do hope Crunchyroll folds. I know they're one of those things that's too entrenched now to really fully die.
Yeah, I really think it'll be pretty hard for Crunchyroll to go down.
I want them to, wither away at the very least.
Yeah.
Disappear into the background.
Come on. In Crunchyroll's previous, anime of the year was fucking Solo Leveling. Now, I'm not going to say Solo Leveling's a bad anime, but it was not the best anime of the year.
Yeah. It was the most basic bitch anime of the year.
Look, a lot of people like it.
Yeah.
The fight scenes are pretty good, but, better stuff came out. I mean, come on. Freyrin came out that year.
Yeah.
Delicious in Dungeon.
Oh, God, Delicious
in
Dungeon.
There were better shows than fucking Solo Leveling.
There was so many better. They were just going with what did everyone watch? And everyone watched that one basic thing.
Oh, I'm pretty sure they got paid.
Oh,
I have zero proof of that. This is complete conjecture. I'm pretty sure they got paid.
Yeah, it would not surprise me.
So, how about something silly in world news?
Ooh. Did Trump fall down some stairs?
I mean, I'd have started with that if we had that.
Yeah, that's a good point, yeah.
You don't think I'd have started with the tangerine fell down a flight of stairs?
I do hate the annoying orange now that he's become president.
So the Dalai Lama is starting to, given that he's, let's face it, old as fuck.
Oh, yeah. He's in his 90s now?
Is something like that? I don't actually know. I couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
But he's starting to set out his succession plan, so for the next person to become
the next Dalai Lama to be born.
And now China's getting all up in arms going, no, you can't do it unless we say it's okay.
You can't reincarnate your way, you have to reincarnate our way.
You have to follow our laws. God damn.
The laws of the country that kicked them out and made them exile.
Yeah. We have exiled you. We have no control over this, but we have control over this. What? No. Let's back in.
So fucking stupid. I mean, at least if it was something to do with something actually in China that they had control over. Yeah. It's no, you kicked these people out, and you're no. Your reincarnation is still locked to what we believe.
Yeah, I mean, the CCP...
Come on.
They've always had a hatred for the Dalai Lama, so I'm pretty sure it's just the fact that the Dalai Lama has done a thing that China's gone, no, opposite, go!
Well, I mean, it's kind of one of those things a lot of people don't really know about the Dalai Lama. The whole Lama class was kind of a king thing.
They were a high-level sect kind of thing.
They could run provinces. So, China doesn't want the Lama class back because it subverts the power of the CCP.
Yeah.
But they don't.
They want it back.
Don't want to let them do whatever they
want.
They want
it back if they can pick who the next Dalai Lama is. They don't.
No, they don't want. They don't want the group back. They just don't want him to state a new Dalai Lama without doing what they say.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. I read into a thing that they don't want them to pick the next Dalai Lama. If it's someone who is very pro the CCP that is picking the next Dalai Lama, then yeah, because that's another whole group of individuals that they can have that power over.
Yeah. It gives them an in, a puppet.
Yeah.
That's fair.
But it's just, all of it just kind of reminds me of, England's monarchy being separate from the government, where it's just spiritual, leader, and then the government, and they always hate each other. But it's that kind of equilibrium they strike. It's
It'd be more, I think the best example would be if, somehow, Vatican City kicked the Pope out.
Yeah.
And then was you can't call another person Pope unless we say so.
That happened in history, didn't it? No, wait, that was three guys declaring themselves Pope.
There was the Pope Wars.
Yes. Yeah. where three guys all declared themselves Pope at once.
But I'm just it's a more Western example.
Yeah.
that's kind of what's happening here. A country kicked a religious group out, and now they're like, no, you can't name another one, not unless we say it's okay.
Yeah.
It's just,
despite the fact we kicked you out.
yeah, it's like, we kicked you out. It's like, okay, that means we're not under your control. Oh, wait, no, come back.
No, yes,
We
you
won't
are.
judge you more. No one's out of our control.
So, getting back to two Australian things, one is terrifying, and one's terrifying in a completely different way.
Woo! On brand.
So there's been a slow uptick over the past couple of years of people stretching cable or barbed wire across popular hiking and biking trails.
Yeah. People are sociopaths. Like, it's messy.
Look, we all thought that one scene in The Simpsons where fucking Kurt gets his arm cut off was funny, but, like, don't do it in real life.
Yeah, don't do that kind of shit. Because, like, one guy recently got a deep laceration on his arm, I think.
Yeah.
When he was biking through. It's just, people have set them up at chest and, like, neck height.
Neck height.
Oh.
Well, it's a thing
When kids
that's
used to be
happened
rotted by
like
it,
in the
too.
bush, like for years. We were always warned of it as kids. Like if you go biking through national parks, some people are fuckwits and don't want you to ride a bike in a national park. So they string wire between tracks or in downhill runs of trees that look like you can fit a bike between. Like not just fencing wire, barbed wire, like a whole heap of shit.
Yeah.
Like we've been warned. I was warned about that as a kid.
Same, we used to live in a mining town, so it's the same kind of shit. There are not very social people out there who don't care. It's just the fact there's a bit of an uptick of it. It's just like, where is this coming from? Like, what is the reasoning here?
And we're getting more and more, not to say it makes it any better or worse, more towards, like, populated areas.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily, like, butt fuck nowhere. Like, places with, like, towns with, like, small forest areas in them.
Yeah.
Are starting to run into this problem.
Yeah.
Pretty much. And, like, I just want to know the motivation for it. What has pissed you off so much that you are trying to murder random people out for a hike or in most cases, bike ride? Like,
pure cuntiness.
Yeah. Like, who hurt you? What is this?
And it's like, you're not even, like, you're setting a trap and you're walking away. You give zero fucks who it hits. It could be a kid riding a little treadly. It could be a bloke on a motorcycle. It could be, like, a jogger running, like, someone running along a path.
It could be your best friend.
It could be fucking anyone. You cop that fencing wire at neck height running flat out, you are fucked.
Like, if I found out someone I knew had done this shit, I would beat the piss out of them, then take them to the cops. Like, it's not a good thing to do. People who do this are massive cunts.
Get to the police station, he's all bloodied. What happened to him? He ran into some wire.
Yeah. I caught him setting up wire. He got tangled. It was a horrible thing.
I know of a bloke who had piano wire strung up in his backyard. He was a very paranoid individual. He'd strung up piano wire as a home security thing. And one night he did get followed home from the pub and someone chased him and he ducked and weaved through his backyard. The person chasing him wasn't so lucky and they got fucked up. Like that piano wire, fuck them. That shit is high tensile and does not snap easy.
Oh yeah.
Like it doesn't take much.
Like,
yeah.
At least he kept it to his own, like, property, I guess.
Yeah.
But doing this in public areas.
Well, he had when it went to court, he stated, they're clotheslines. I don't have a general clothesline, so I string my clothes off it. That's why it's all strung up like that. I know where it is. No one should be in my backyard to have to worry about it. So I had it strung up for a reason.
Yeah. Fucking,
Nice. So, the other potentially terrifying thing that's happened, fucking New Zealand sent us a spider.
Yeah.
I don't think it was a New Zealand spider to begin with, though.
Yeah. I'm not sure if it originated there, but I know it's been slowly taking over New Zealand and may have spread to Australia. But it's a venomous spider, like the false night widow or something.
Yeah.
It's
like the body of a black widow without the colouring, or body of a redback without the colouring.
But not only is it like venomous, but it also has bacteria on its fangs that go against antibiotics. Like
it's like the white-tailed spider.
Yeah. So it's just like, yeah, this is great. We're importing more deadly spiders. We just found one that flies. We didn't need a more poisonous one.
For heaven's sake, don't let the fucking things breed.
Don't let it near the big boy.
You do not need a double-sized huntsman with bacteria fangs.
Oh, God. Look, if the world ends from spiders instead of nukes, I'm going to be very disappointed. Mostly because I don't like spiders.
I mean, we live in Australia. Like, it's one more fucking deadly spider in this fucking country.
Yeah.
At some point, we should weaponize our spiders and just start packing them into missiles instead of payloads.
Someone did weaponize them.
Oh no.
It was someone who was constantly getting their packages stolen.
Oh, yes!
They just filled a package with redbacks and left it on their porch.
Oh, I remember that.
Turn spiders into cassowary jockeys and airdrop the motherfuckers and leave them alone.
Yeah.
Look, man, I don't think we need to be so mean to other countries that we did send spiders and
That's the Australian nuclear option.
Our nuclear option is just dumping cassowaries. Like, we dump a shipping container full of live cassowaries and release them. Because everyone always thinks, oh, cassowaries, they're small. No, they're 2 meters tall, and they are angry.
Fuck, there was actually, like, I know we're over time at this point, and I was actually planning to end on this kind of silly story about spiders, but there's actually one thing I do need to talk about that is absolutely fucked.
Oh, nice.
Oddly enough, it's about America.
Oh, I thought it was going to be about cassowaries.
So, you know how they've basically been, let's face it, abducting fucking people.
Yeah. The secret police.
Yeah.
Who've been now... Sorry, little bit of levity. People have been dumping glitter on them, and they fucking hate it.
Yeah, they've been glitter bombing them, so even when they're out of uniform, you can still identify ICE agents.
Yeah.
Well, it's like...
Oh, it's so fucking good.
Because it's like they keep wearing balaclavas and shit. Like,
but once they start getting identified...
No uniform, no badge.
Yeah, once they started getting identified in videos, then they started to say, shit, let's cover ourselves, which...
One of the... or was it
really
memes I found?
They were telling people not to call them Gestapo, despite the fact you're literally
well, the only difference between
completely uniformed, abducting people. Like, how are you not the Gestapo?
Yeah, the only difference between them is the fact that the Gestapo showed their face.
Yeah,
like
but they'd black bag people in the night.
Oh, definitely, yeah. But just walking around, the Gestapo didn't hide their cover their face. They showed themselves. That's the only difference in my eyes. But I like the glitter bomb thing.
Yeah, I know, it's so good.
It's so much fun.
Sorry. So, back to my point. They're having this problem where they're like, we have too many people that we want to detain, but we have nowhere to put them.
Such an America problem.
So,
if only they had privatized prisons.
You think that's what they were going to do with them? No.
It's much worse.
What they did is they created, and I would like to quote the, this is what they called the place, not a news outlet.
Yeah.
This is what it got called. Alligator Alcatraz.
Yep. And they all seem so happy about it. There's merch you can buy for it.
That's my biggest problem.
Yeah.
Like, I was going to explain to what this place is and then point out the merch thing, because that's the thing that pisses me off the most.
It's
and I hate the fact that that's the thing that pisses me off the most.
Yeah.
Because all it is they've basically gone down to the Florida Everglades, set up what is basically one of those temporary aircraft hangar things. It's basically just a giant tent.
Yeah.
Full of cages with bunk beds in them.
Yeah. Like 8 beds to a cage.
So it's not even a proper building in the swamp of Florida.
So,
and the idea is, if anyone tries to escape, the gators will eat them.
Yep. And they're so happy about that.
And all these terrible, shitty conditions, and they have the goal to sell merch.
Yeah. Bastards.
Even like the most diehard is gonna have to start looking across and go like, are we the bad guys? Like,
no, they're buying the merch in droves. It's horrified.
I'm genuinely surprised that the merch doesn't have skulls on it, because the bad guys always eventually have skulls on something.
I think some of it might.
I will admit, I haven't looked it up.
I've seen a few of the hats that just look like they have like alligators on them. But yeah, no, it's horrible to like think about at all. And they're all just so pleased with themselves. I'm just waiting for... Remember the old movie Escape from LA?
Yeah.
I'm waiting for that to happen. They're just going to crack off a section of the country. It's like, fuck it, we'll send people there now. All of this, have fun. But knowing the Americans, they'll stream it for like entertainment.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Goddamn, someone give me a high-res image of this fucking merch.
Could you just go to their website?
It's just like impact font fucking... Exactly what you'd think the fonts would look like for a place called Alcatraz, and then just a picture of the Florida Everglades.
Yeah. And none of that merch is made in America, guaranteed.
I almost want one that says, I got abducted to Alabama Alcatraz and all I got was a shitty t-shirt.
It's just, there is something just extra disgusting about setting up a shitty garbage place to house people who don't deserve to be treated this way, and then selling merch about it.
Have either of you seen the Leopards Ate My Face site or the Reddit thing?
Yeah.
There's so many things on there of like Leopards Ate My Face. It's like it's the Leopards Ate My Face party are complaining that they voted in leopards that eat people's faces.
Yeah.
There's
a subreddit for it now.
Yeah, and it is so fucking funny, like, reading some of these things. It's like, I voted for Trump 3 times, and now my Medicare my Medicaid is getting cut off. I've got diabetes. I'm going to go blind. I'm so scared. It's like, you chose this. You've seen what was coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is.
But it wasn't supposed to be me. It was supposed to be them.
Yeah.
I mean, the newest one they're trying to push through is to be able to strip people of their American citizenship.
Yeah, they won't be able to strip people for, and that's like born citizens as well. So
yeah,
basically, if you are of descent from someone who theoretically might be an immigrant, then you're kind of screwed.
No. This thing could potentially be used to just out people.
Yeah.
Just walk up to them and go, not a citizen.
Oh, I'm waiting. It's going to be witch trials again, isn't it?
I don't know, man.
Salem's making a comeback here.
Something.
Oh, I don't relish.
The French need to come in and save the Americans again.
The French have their own shit going on right now.
Yeah, but the French likes helping America. I mean,
they do.
What was it? There was something a historian pointed out that Americans didn't win the Civil War, the French did.
Yeah.
Because all major battles were actually won by the French, not any of the American generals. And when they, America loves to be like, oh yeah, we beat Britain to separate ourselves. Britain had bigger fish to fry and went, fuck it, you can do what you want.
Yeah, they had another thing to deal with, and they were sick of dealing with the French, not the Americans.
It's so funny, like, some of these big things that are like, yeah, America's tough, we won these big wars, you barely won one.
Honestly, I'm pretty sure it's just because of the way they teach their history.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like, I remember going through studying, like, history of Australia, and a lot of it is literally like, no, we're horrible. We did horrible things to the people who lived here beforehand.
Yeah.
It's bad.
Well,
okay.
Recently there was a Royal Commission in Victoria about the colonisation of Australia, and they're rewriting the history of Victoria to be more like, to express more of the atrocities that occurred and not as whitewashed and swept under the rug. It's fucking interesting.
Well, it's one of those things, like we talked about the fact that Ned Kelly was iconicized and everyone loves that guy, despite being an absolute piece of shit. Same thing with Captain Cook. Like,
yeah.
Cook was a prick.
He's our Columbus.
Yeah, he really is.
But if you destroy the history, you don't learn from the fucking history.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh god.
Right, we anything, guys. Like, I don't have anything to bounce this back for a positive takeaway. Wait, no. We've got to do our genre thing.
Oh yes,
Ah, nice. Okay.
that'll make us happy.
Whose pick is it?
I believe it's my turn.
I think so.
I think so.
Swoosh did.
I did the last one.
MMOs.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say point and clicks.
Point and clicks.
Ooh.
Good old point and click adventure games.
It's like the old Monkey Islands and all that kind of stuff.
Deponia.
Bingo.
Any of that stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm pretty sure, Seth, you've played Deponia.
Yes, I have.
I don't know if John Doe has, but I really enjoyed those ones. They were fucking
Yes.
mint.
That was a really good throwback.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got a lot of Monkey Island kind of vibe because they had that like really nice cartoon
Yeah.
visual style.
Yeah. I
I
think what other ones
played a lot of, I think it was Sam and Max.
Seven Max Hits the
Yeah.
Road, and then did you play the Revival series games they did in 3D?
I played like a couple of the 2D ones, and I think I've played more 3D ones than I have 2D ones.
I think there is only one 2D one. I only know of Seven Max Hits the Road.
Okay. I know there's still a
remember
heap of them in my Steam library, and I've dumped a lot of time in them. They were good. I really enjoyed them.
I mean, I grew up on the TV show before I even knew that it had a game.
Mm.
Um,
God, that was a fun TV show.
I will stand that like one of the few cars that like I would love to own would be a car done up as the DeSoto.
Yes.
There's a game I played as a kid. I remember visiting my cousin in Newcastle, and he'd just gotten a game because he just got a brand new PC. It's called Spycraft, and every time I tried to search it, it came with StarCraft. But it's like one of those like 90s. There's a real life actor, and the video plays, and then it's like you choose your event, but. This was you're a CIA agent, and you have to try and investigate things. And I remember the big case of it was like you had to investigate the assassination of some foreign prime minister or president, whatever it was, and they used a mercury bullet. But how do they do it? And you had to do all the point and click investigation of how you could put this bullet together. And holy fuck, it's just stuck in my head. It took me forever to find it again. But I've found it again and since played it again. But it's one of my earliest gaming memories.
I think the first point and click I can remember really playing was one called Return to Ringworld.
I remember that one.
There's only 2 games in the series that they ever put out. They're based on the Ringworld book. So there was Ringworld and Return to Ringworld. But in Return to Ringworld, because I was a kid and I wasn't very good at this sort of like understanding the relationships between items and things. I'd never really played adventure games yet. There was an item which was this thing called the Nut to Pun Stepping Disc. Okay. It was from the previous. We hadn't played the first one. We went straight into the second one because it was the only one we had. And the item was drained. It had no power. And so whenever you clicked it on something, it would just go, the Nut to Pun Stepping Disc cannot be used that way. And I will remember that fucking phrase until I'm dead. It is ingrained in me. The Nut to Pun Stepping Disc cannot be used in that manner. But that was probably one of the first ones I played. Me and my dad played all of that game. We struggled with it too. And then we played the first one, and it was like, oh, the first one taught us all the things we struggled with in the second one. I had a lot of fun when a friend of mine showed me, oddly enough, I didn't play them in order. I played the third Monkey Island game first. But that was probably one of their best ones.
That is fair. But yeah, no, I think my favorite has to go to Deponia. I gelled with those games far too well.
Oh man, I don't know how to judge what I would consider like my favorite point and click, because like some of them, like Ringworld, are tied up a lot with memories of playing games with my dad.
Yeah.
me and him really kind of bonded over computers and games and stuff, and particularly point-click adventure games. And then there's games that were like really difficult and felt rewarding to finish, like the Neverhood.
Yeah, fair.
Would highly recommend if you've never played played it before. Check out the Neverhood if you can find a copy. The claymation style was really cool, and some of the puzzles were very creative. And I mean, like, you know, the Monkey Island. I played all of the Indiana Jones ones. They were quite fun. A friend of mine introduced me to those. Hell, I mostly learn about Scum VM just to keep playing really old point and clicks because they don't always work anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a long history playing point and click adventure games. They're some of my favorite. I'd find it really hard to pick one. I'd probably say it's Ringworld just because it's the one that like I remember so much of that game. I spent hours playing just me and my dad because he used to work shift work. So I'd get home from school and I'd play the game a bit and I'd leave him little notes about things I figured out, and he'd play at night when he got home from work, and then I'd get to come home the next day and be like, oh, let's do things that he figured out. It was an amazing little experience.
Awesome.
I don't think I could honestly choose a different game just because of how it sits in my mind.
Yeah. No, that's fair. How about you, John Doe?
I'd say the one that I probably spent the most amount of time in was in primary school and through high school in the library. I don't know if you remember Encarta, the encyclopedia.
Oh, yeah.
In that, there was a mini game. You could search up encyclopedias, everything, but it was a mini game where you had to search through a library. It was like a never-ending library. And when you reach certain intersections, it asks you a question about stuff from the encyclopedia. So just random general trivia. And I dumped fucking hundreds of hours into that. Just if it was raining or if it was a shitty day at school or whatever, I'd go to the library, I'd load that up, and just trawl through trivia. I think it's why I know so much random useless shit now. Most of it's out of fucking date. But holy fuck did I dump some time into that. And like,
honestly, I kind of thought I fever dreamed that game because I didn't know anyone else who had played it.
Oh, and like you'd get to an intersection, you'd ask a question, but if you backtracked along it, you could search the shelves of the library and there's the book. Okay, here's a random article. Okay, I'll read that. That must be in a question that's coming up. Sure enough, 2 or 3 intersections later, here's your question. I learned so much shit from that.
Yeah,
that's cool.
But yeah, that's probably the one that sticks in my head more than anything, other than Spycraft. But yeah.
That's fair.
Yes.
All right. That's it. We've blunted the end of the episode from talking about America. That'll do. I think we're done for the week.
Yep.
Yeah. Y'all have a good one.
Bye.
See ya.